Looks more like a huge cylinder.
Good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Kibo, good to see you. Shaman, it's all right if you need to drop a lurk and go to bed. That's totally fine. Actually, let me get Firefox open because I just realized I forgot to get Spotify open here. So give me a sec. Getting ready to do the dailies and Genshin. That's good. I'm glad to hear that, Kibo. Gotta get as many primos as you can for Riosli. Okay, that makes sense. Spotify going to work. Ooh, on the 9th, you're making a recipe you've been dying to make for the first time. What kind of recipe is that? I'm curious. Ooh, ranch chicken, slow cooker creamy ranch chicken and noodles with aligot. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. All right, let me see if we can get into our just chatting scene here. Also, he blinks, but he doesn't talk. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not really sure what an aligot is. What is that? Oh, okay. Aligot is very much just. It's like cheesy mashed potatoes. That makes sense. No, I see what you mean there. Unfortunately, everything in this stream right now is running very, very slowly because of the high amount of CPU this thing is running on. So, apologies, but happy Labor Day. I think I'm gonna keep this stream pretty short and just do it for an hour. So I think that should be good. I think this should be good. As for what's been going on lately, I'm slowly starting to realize that while Brave is a pretty good, web browser to use, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of been killing my computer's performance a fair bit. So is there like a better alternative to Brave where it's like less CPU intensive, if that makes sense? Hopefully, there's something to that effect, like either Opera or Firefox. Okay, well I am using Firefox now for I think it's just for the Spotify. Let me look and see what the performance looks like here. I mean, Firefox performance, I'm not gonna lie, it does look pretty good. It's like at a low 3%. Why did I think to abandon Firefox for Brave? God damn it. Although I don't know. Maybe Opera has like better CPU performance. I'll have to figure that out for myself. Right now, unfortunately, it looks like I'm gonna need to wait another 8 days before I get paid. So I'm kind of just living off of. I'm living off of my own means right now. So I had cheeseburger pasta for dinner, which was nice. I cooked some like beef I had in the freezer, chopped up an onion, and worked with that. So that was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good. I did make sure to season the meat as well before putting it back in the fridge, and I also like mashed it up. I made them into little patties at first, like flat burger patties, but then put them all in the plastic container, seasoned them, and then like use the plastic spatula to mash it up into like mincemeat with onion. So yeah, that was really nice. Right now, I've been making I've just been marketing myself at the moment. I'll get some like new followers here and there. I'll get a drop, but like some of the newer followers, they've been like artists and graphic designer bots, and I pretty much deleted every single one of them, or like blocked every single one of them. Get chili cheese fries. Ooh, that sounds really good. I'm not gonna lie. Dang, I do have a card for $100 to the local grocery store, so I might need to use that at some point. I'm definitely gonna use it at some point. Not gonna lie. But yeah, there's a lot of God. Let's see. I've just been doing generally like on Twitter. I've been dropping my PNG a lot. There's this one. Only thing is for the cream ranch chicken noodles. I'm not using. Oh, okay. You're not using chicken breast. You're using thighs. Okay. That's a good alternative. That sounds like a good alternative there. Oh, that makes sense. The chicken thighs, they do tend to be very juicy, more flavorful, but the annoying thing that I find about chicken thighs especially is that while they are very juicy and flavorful, you do also have to deal with the bone in those very same in those same chicken thighs. It's not particularly fun to work with, but you get used to it. You get pretty used to it. And actually, sometimes when it's boneless, skinless thighs are my go-to. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. I tend to whenever I go shopping for chicken, I try to find whatever boneless chicken is there. Most of the time, it's stir fry chicken, which is interesting. I'm pretty sure that that probably comes from the chicken breast. I'm certain about that, but yeah, working with chicken. Working with chicken is not fun because of the texture, because of how greasy it is, but the taste afterwards, after you cook the chicken, that's pretty good. That's always really good. And I do actually, speaking of chicken, I've got a thing of stir fry noodles. I got a thing of stir fry noodles in my pantry, and I got to do something with that. And there is a recipe in the back, and it calls for stir fry chicken. Oh, that's why I have Nitro Foods safe gloves. I only ever use those when I'm at work. I'm not gonna lie, I only ever use those when I'm at work. But I don't know. Maybe I'll need to buy some just uh just to see what the difference is like, basically. And I gotta make sure I gotta get the kind of gloves that are latex free, because believe it or not, I have a latex allergy, and that's not fun. Yeah, yeah, they do work for cooking and cleaning. Most of the cleaning I do in my little humble abode, if you will, it mostly just consists of wetting a reusable mop, putting that at the end of my Swiffer, and then like mopping the floor with it. That works pretty well. That works pretty well for mopping wise. And I've also got some like all-purpose surface cleaner as well. I use that along with some paper towels. That also works, but that's for like cleaning the countertops, maybe even like cleaning the cabinet doors sometimes. And then a thing of Pine Sol to kind of polish the cabinet doors as well. That's kind of everything that I use when it comes to cleaning the kitchen. Anyway, I have not touched the funny thing is I haven't really picked up the floor with the vacuum and then dusting. Ah, yeah. The thing, I do have a vacuum cleaner, but it's one of those Red Devil vacuum cleaners, and you're able to like vacuum in those hard to reach areas, but the problem is that like for the more larger entrances, like just the floor itself, it's not really useful for that, and it takes a lot of time to clean the whole floor with just a vacuum cleaner. So right now I'm kind of just using my hands to pick up anything that's off the floor. Obviously with paper towel, of course. And then sometimes I'll like clean the filters of my air conditioner. Not like the large filters themselves, but like the slide in filters where you like pop open the filter and then you get like the plastic thing with the mesh there. So I'll do that sometimes. Oh, there's an ad already. There we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I always make sure to do that whenever I'm like cleaning the kitchen. First, I'll probably work on the I'll be honest and say that, like, I kinda hold off on the dishes a lot. Hell, I just hold off on cleaning the kitchen in general, especially the work area itself, but yeah. Uh, I do need to get into the habit of, like, doing the dishes first and then cleaning the countertops. And then there's the matter of, like, cleaning the inside of the microwave itself, which you gotta do with water. I learned that from my old job as a janitor. That, since people are cooking food in there, you kind of want to use water instead of like chemicals. So that's especially helpful in that regard. Actually, let me check if let me see if this is working. Ooh, water and vinegar works really well. I didn't know that. That's funny. I really didn't know that. Hmm. If I ever do, sorry, if I ever do get the chance to buy a thing of vinegar, then I'll give that a try. Because that does sound, it does sound pretty good. That does sound like a pretty good deal. Although most of the time, when it comes to just like that's the funny thing about vinegar is that I never really use it for literally anything. I don't even have any vinegar anywhere in my living space. The vinegar and cooking. Yeah, but I imagine that like using vinegar itself is like it's very much a case by case basis. So I don't really think it would matter all that much if that makes sense. Because again, back in my old job, we just used water. Like that was the only thing we had available. There was no needed addition for vinegar. That's really like that's all we really use is just water, and I'm totally fine with that. It is what it is, really. Bro. There's a lot of like I don't know what it is. It's Kibo. That's totally fine, man. I get it. There's gonna be scuff in streams like this. I totally understand that. As you said before, like, it's part of the VTubing experience, so you're not really a true VTuber until there's been scuff. I totally understand that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Recently, I submitted an entry to this interview series posted by, let me find the tweet here. Unfortunately, because of, how my computer is, you're not gonna see the tweet itself because I'm just like, I'm not 100%, sure about how I'm going to have my computer operate, I guess, if that makes sense. Um, but yeah, there's this big VTuber interview project I submitted an entry for, hosted by Cam the Werewolf. It's basically about bringing streamers together to talk about their struggles, how to deal with it, teaching the chat and the world about how it feels to be a VTuber along the way. I already signed up. The deadlines for the forums are like September 30th, and then they also have like a support server, which I appreciate the fact that it's free to join and that they're offering support for new friends who are struggling with the same stuff. But I'm not really going to join it yet until I know what the VTuber himself is like, because they're actually female to male trans, so that that's pretty much that's pretty much what it is. And they're gonna be holding one interview stream a week, more than likely on Wednesdays until the full roster is done. They're gonna go through 5 to 10 interviewees every Wednesday for 10 to 15 minutes, more than likely running 1 to 2 hours long. They'll update on information as they get close to the deadlines. So the form deadline is on the 30th, but the interviews start in October. So I'm not really sure. I'm not really 100% sure if I'm going to score an interview, and that's totally fine by me. If I don't get an interview, that's fine. But I feel pretty excited about that. I also submitted my voice for a voice review for another VTuber. I also posted my entry in the I basically dropped my PNG and gave like a brief intro about myself in VTuber of the Week's mega thread. I'm gonna try to look for it here. No likes or retweets as of yet. It's 2 days old, but that's fine. And then for the drop your PNG, and I'll tell you what Dandere or what Dere you are. I basically got Dandere. Typically be normally like quiet and silent, but they will suddenly become talkative and sweet when alone with the right person. So I thought that was pretty interesting. You're just working on your cover of Snow Elation. I'm excited to hear what comes out of that. And Dandere is like Fluttershy. That makes sense. I kind of like that, and I do understand that a little bit better. So I get you. I've also gotten some pretty good feedback from a couple of VTubers, like Dan Dyer, uh, and Helium Hellhound. I basically sent them a Google Drive link to an application I had already downloaded. Curtis Taken says kudere. Ooh, what's a kudere? That's interesting. That's interesting. I've got some pretty good feedback on that. Again, I didn't make the program myself. I didn't make the application. I just downloaded it, and I'm trying to just like distribute it to any and all small VTubers that are having like audio issues because I especially know what that's like. And even though I have the best like equipment, I want to at least help VTubers get that edge when it comes to audio quality, right? Because what Goyo does is kind of reprogram the audio signal. I think that's what it's supposed to do. Because like, it's supposed to be able to turn down the ambience, seem cold and emotionless, but when they're with the right person, they're warm and talkative. You know what? I will say I'm not sure about the cold and heartless part. I'm not gonna lie, but the warm and talkative part, that is pretty accurate. I will say that is very accurate to who you are. And I don't know. I just think that's kind of cool. I think you're more of a bak bakadere. What's a bakadere? I'm not sure what that is in particular. And then there's a talk I'm probably going to have with Scully Sinful, which is another VTuber I've been keeping tabs of for a while. He's really great. Like the thing is, these characters kind of like I'm trying to find the right word for it. I'm trying to find the right word for this, but he's basically like half man, half wolf hybrid, I guess. Like he's mostly human, but sometimes he'll have wolf ears. I wouldn't say that he's Satan. That's not him. That's Iron Mouse. But he's just okay. Scully Sinful has a very tough exterior, but a very warm interior. If that makes sense. It's very much like having the exterior of a castle, right? A garrisoned castle, but the interior is a very luxurious home. I think that's probably the most accurate description of Scully I could think of. And I can't wait for the both of us to just appreciate titties. Maybe we'll do like a wait. I have a crazy idea. I tend to act clumsy or stupid, but also very lovable. Aw. I haven't seen the clumsy side of you. I'm not gonna lie, Kibo. I haven't seen the clumsy side of you yet, but maybe that's a little more accurate. I'm not sure. You kind of have to. I'll take your word for it. How about that? It's an interesting description. I will give you that. But yeah, what if Scully Sinful and I did a tier list and ranked VTubers based on their titties? Right? You always stub your toe and trip. Kibo, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I've got you beat when it comes to stubbing my toe. I do that a lot whenever I'm going from like the kitchen and going back into my room. I do that a lot sometimes whenever I like overextend my right foot and hit the pinky toe on the leg of the desk or like the base of the desk. Trust me, I'm very clumsy in that regard. It's not I don't like admitting that, but that's very true. Oh god. Yeah. It's it's not particularly fun to have have done that multiple times, might I add. Sometimes it's like I do it once and I'm like, "Ow, that hurts." But then I leave, go into the kitchen or like go to the bathroom, come back, somehow not see where I'm going, and then do it again. I somehow get a wedgie while I sleep and when I stub my toe. Oh, okay. Oh god. Oh. Oh, I hate that description. I hate that description. I haven't had anything like that happen to me yet, but oh god, I hate that. That's dude. I'm so sorry to hear that. Holy shit. Ah, especially it's the toe stubby part when you got the whole nail out. Oh god. That is not good at all, dude. Seriously. Ah, god, that's gotta sting. That is really, really gotta sting. Oh, damn. Hopefully, you at least have a plan in place to kinda, I don't know, mitigate some of those, potential risks, if that makes sense. That's what I'm that's what I'm hoping for at the very least. That's all I'm hoping for. God, God, that sounds like it hurts. You have a plan? Good. You have a plan? Then that's good. Oh god. Oh god. Ah, yeah. Uh, yep. Always carry a first aid kit, but unfortunately for me, because of the fact that like I usually just go okay. There's probably three, I want to say about three instances where I essentially am able to go outside. There's only three instances for when I go outside. I either go outside when I want to go for a walk, I go outside when I need to go to work, and then I go outside whenever I need to shop for groceries. Those are the only few instances I have for when I actually need to go outside. Oh, to be fair, better than falling on your tailbone on inline skates on the edge of concrete. That sounds just as bad. I'm not gonna lie. God damn. That sounds pretty bad. Hopefully you're at least okay. Hopefully you didn't hurt yourself that bad. Cause good lord, it sounds like it hurt. Definitely sounds like it hurt. That's fair. No, that's totally fair. It in all fairness, there is a lot of injuries where, you know, it can hurt your pride sometimes. It does, but hopefully it won't be that bad. Hopefully it won't be that bad. Oh, okay, and the concrete has a chip in it now, that's fair. That's not too bad. That's actually not too bad. When it comes to the actual, like, the actual, thing itself. But yeah, um, keep yourself safe. I don't know what else to say after that. Just be careful. I don't know. Oh god. Mm, listeners, neither of us had that painful experience involving the pants. Oh, yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Thank goodness neither of us have had the most painful experience of a like trying to fiddle around with a pant zipper, zipping it up only to find out that your dick get caught in it. Your dick gets caught in it. No, no, you're right. You're right. You're right. Thank goodness. Thank goodness neither of us have had that. Oh god. Oh boy. That's especially heinous. That's no, it's especially ugly. Especially ugly. Oh, yeah. Thank thank goodness that we've still got our dicks intact. Thank goodness for that. Oh boy. That would have not been fun. Only pain I've had with pants is the zipper pull actually breaks before I can zip up, so I have to take my hoodie and cover the barn door. Oh, no. Having the zipper break before you can zip all the way. I think I've had that happen once, but I don't know if I was able to fix it or not. I don't think I was. Yeah, more pride pain than physical. Yeah. Again, thank goodness we've only had the pride hurt rather than getting actual physical pain. Um, oh god. Um, what I will say is that at the very least, our egos are, I'd say, relatively in check. Not completely, but like they only hurt a little bit. It's not that bad of a pain, actually. Oh yeah, it's no, it's a lot to think about. As for the big VTuber project review, I'm essentially just gonna say that, like, being a VTuber, living life is not that easy as it sounds. Being a VTuber isn't as easy as it sounds either. But as long as you're willing to put the work in, then it all pays off. Everything is going to pay itself off in dividends eventually. And you kind of just have to kind of remind yourself of who you are in order to not get caught up in the clout, not to get caught up in the fame. Because honestly, I don't really see the point in calling calling attention by a different name because ultimately clout is attention. Yeah, exactly. Do not get seduced by the juice at all, and do not get lost in the sauce. I've heard that saying a couple of times as well, because that's ultimately what clout is. It's attention, and if you're out there trying to get attention from people by I don't know doing something stupid, then that's on you. That's on you. I think the most important attention that you kind of need is the attention of your parents, your peers, your friends, or as I say, keep your head normal, not big. Exactly. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. But I think the most important type of attention that you need is from your parents, your friends, your teachers, and your peers, like the people that you look up to, because sometimes you'll need someone to give you advice, and if you're out there relying on the attention of millions rather than the attention of a select few, then nobody can help you. You're just there on your own and with no one to turn to. I think that's especially something that we tend to forget a lot is that we need to have our circle, not not like in an echo chamber type of way where we just isolate ourselves completely from the rest of the world and just stick to everything that we believe in, but like in a way where we have our group of people that we can turn to and talk to if we ever feel like we're hurt, or if we ever feel like we're depressed, or if we ever feel like the world is against us. It's more in that vein of just having resources at your disposal that you can use whenever you need help, or whenever you need someone to talk to, and to not be afraid of reaching out. Won't pretend to be someone I'm not. Yeah, I'll be staying true to myself. I want to be me, me, me. I won't change. I'm loving what I got. Because I know I'm perfect just the way I am. I want to be me, me, me. Yeah, yeah. That's also another way of putting it through of course lyrics. But no, no, I totally get that. I completely get where you're coming from. I actually had a discussion with um some some VTubers and like as well as a LootTuber in a Discord call. And there's a lot of issues around the VTubing community that everyone has been bringing up as of late, such as like certain viewers not really knowing what the line is, or certain viewers trying to get something out of that VTuber when they can't really be doing that. Like it's sort of it's crossing a line in a way, sure, but they don't. Yeah, parasocial relationships, basically. Like the viewer feels much more attached to the creator than the creator is attached to the audience. And the point that I brought up is that unfortunately, VTubing as a whole is a much newer medium of entertainment than anything else. And we're still trying to figure out how to put up those borders, and try to figure out how to navigate those particular parasocial relationships. Because for me, at the very least, right, and this is a great example, I participated in the VTuber versus IRL trend again on Twitter. Yeah, exactly. It is like social media, but yeah, I participated in this trend, and what I did is I posted a picture of my VTuber next to a very zoomed up, zoomed in portion of my skin. And that was it. I did use a prior, like, selfie I had taken, but I zoomed it to where you could only see the skin. No face, skin color was all you could get. And I even, like, I immediately, like, established a border after posting that. Like, "Nice try, but you're not going to see my face. Please respect my privacy." That is me putting up a border. And I feel like more VTubers need to do that because I will admit I'm guilty of this as well, but VTubers are too busy chasing trends, playing the same games as everybody else, and trying to get the most attention than they are, I guess, again, trying to put up those borders, trying to let their audience know that, like, I'm a human being as well. Please respect my boundaries. Don't try to do this or don't try to do that. I completely understand why VTubers need to have borders. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Chasing trends is way less resourceful than being original. I will definitely agree with you on that, Kibo. But I guess and again, this is purely my outlook on this. The difference between me as a small VTuber and other VTubers is that the reason why I'm dropping my PNG, the reason why I'm replying to these posts is for two reasons. Why, right? Two reasons, right? I'm trying to interact with the community and I'm trying to advertise myself. I'm trying to get my name out there through word of mouth, through social media. That to me is me trying to market myself. That is me marketing my brand. Me literally showing people the face of my brand. While other VTubers are doing it for the sake of, and again, I don't know if this encapsulates every single VTuber. I don't think it does. But a majority of VTubers who are chasing these trends, playing the same games, replying to the same posts, they're doing it for its own sake. They might get the interaction with the community in, but they're not really replying to other posts out there. Like, I recently replied to a post of another VTuber saying that, like, it's been a year since she lost her mother. And I told them to take the time that they need to celebrate her life and remember how much she loved her as a mother. And that VTuber liked it. She liked what I had to say because it came from the heart. And in addition to that, I even, like, quote tweeted, let me look for it. Oh, no, wait, actually, hold on. Let me go to replies. 'Cause I keep forgetting this. Exactly, yeah. The heart is where the truest self shines the most. Absolutely. Okay, let me. There's a lot of. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of posts. There's a lot of posts here. Where are you? Okay. September 1st is when Aurora Maquinaria posted proud Borikura can't wait for tomorrow. Essentially, she's promoting her black indigenous person of color stream that was happening the next day, right? I retweeted that and said, unfortunately, due to work, I won't be able to watch the stream. However, if anyone sees this quote tweet, please go and support them by watching their upcoming POC stream. I'm so excited to see the impact the stream is going to leave on the VTuber community. And I ended that with a thread emoji because there was more I had to say. In addition to the amount of new person of color streamers people are going to be exposed to for the first time, and potentially they might even check out their streams in the future. In the future, if I was able to vote for a VTuber president, Bafa is going to be my immediate choice. And then this is the one post that so far has gotten me the most amount of attention in regards to just likes, retweets, and comments. To end this short thread off, let me recommend some person of color VTubers for you to watch in the meantime. I tagged Duo Maxwell. I tagged Ray Cybertech. I tagged Fang Moonlight. I tagged Bafa. I tagged Brutal. I tagged Mr. Xander Digital. I tagged Miss Moth Mom. I tagged Rinthi. And I tagged Tenshi Senpai. Now, granted, I did post a couple more quote tweets because there were a couple more VTubers I forgot to mention. But aside from that, those were all of the person of color VTubers I recommended other people to watch. I even replied to that below, letting people know that, like, look, don't be afraid to let me know if I forgot anybody. But these are just my personal favorites. I can't watch every single one all the time, but I support person of color streamers or VTubers regardless. Send all the love and support your way whenever and wherever you can. Bro, I literally got replies from people that I tagged saying, "Thank you, buddy. I'm following them all. Thanks for the support. Thank you for the shout out. Thank you, love." All thank yous. This is what happens when you do good. This is what happens when you shout people out that you genuinely enjoy. You give love to the community, they give the love back to you. And I genuinely believe this shit. And honestly, I'm really happy that the shout out portion of the thread got the amount of love that it deserved. I'm absolutely happy with that. Now, part of me does wish that more of the thread got just as much love, but I'm happy that everyone I shouted out understood what I was doing. And they were thankful I was shouting them out, thanking them that I was promoting the VTubers that I personally enjoyed. Honestly, that particular quote tweet and those shout outs, I think they meant so much to me that I don't know. I feel as if it inspired me to be more supportive of other streamers. It inspired me to be more understanding. It inspired me to just let people know that it's okay to be frustrated, or it's okay to not feel as if things are going your way. That kind of thing is natural. It's it's very inspiring. It's very inspiring. And you know, if I ever get my entry into the big VTuber interview project accepted, if I ever do that, I'll be completely honest with myself. I'll be completely honest about who I am, what I'm about, when I stream, where I stream, stuff like that. Although, granted, it is within like a 10 to 15-minute time window, which I totally get that. But yeah, I really got to reach out to Scully about that talk. I've been holding it off. I'm not gonna lie, I've been holding that particular thing off, but I've just been too scared. I've been too scared to do that. uh, it's nothing. I mean, it's nothing I can't handle, right? It's nothing too crazy that I can't handle. Let's see. Actually, let me check which first. So it's a Monday, and it's Labor Day. All right. Here's the here's that. This is the raid message, of course. Let me see if we can raid someone. And I have a couple people in mind. I have a couple people in mind. I'm just not sure if like the options available. Okay. I was thinking of raiding either Xander Digital or Miss Mothmom, but it looks like their channels aren't allowed to be raided. But Nick Nocturne is. So is Barley the Burr. And Outcast Stars, Dosky Lee. So we take what we get. We take what we can get. Refresh it just in case. Yeah, we'll do Nick Nocturne. Why not? Hell yeah. Nick Nocturne, baby. We're going to show him our love and support. Just like what we've always been doing. On Twitter, of course. Thank you everyone so much for watching the stream. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.